What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match party. The only West Ham United post-match for a show on the internet. We've just come back from the London Stadium when we've been unceremoniously dumped out of the SA Cup. And I'll be honest with you, boys, I can't say it's much of a surprise, really.
No. Yeah, do you know what, mate? I'm lost for words. You sort of, the run we've been on lately, you sort of expected West Brom to come here, but I mean, the starting lineup. Do you want me to do the starting lineup? Yeah, go on.
You're in it.
Scott's in the absence. Yes, I'm stepping up to the big boy plate now. Randolph in goal. Zabaleta, Diop, Balbuena, Creswell. It was four in the middle, wasn't it? Lanzini, Sanchez, Rice, and Fornals, Ajeti and Haller up front. But I couldn't work out how he was trying to play, really.
Was they trying to play?
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at the starting lineup, I'll be honest, apart from Sanchez, I thought, you know what, that's probably an half-decent team now. But I suppose Moyes has got to give Sanchez a chance because he's never really seen him play. So, but we have. Well, we could have told him he's shit. But
he must see him in training though, and he must see this.
Do you know what the problem is, right? The problem is we're fucking clasping for our lives in the Premier League, and mostly that was our first team. Yeah. It was only a couple of changes from what he would like to have changed all 11, I'm sure of it.
I mean,
but
we literally
had no players available. And
would you maybe started Antonio?
No, I don't think I would have. I wouldn't have even bothered bringing him on.
Yeah, I was worried about him coming because you think if he gets injured in this,
I'll tell you something now. Halfway through the game, he started feeling his hamstring.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think sometimes when he we're going a bit ahead of ourselves here, but when he come on, I think he over sprints sometimes and he tries too hard when he don't have to. But then again, he's probably looking around thinking, if I don't fucking run, who else is going to run?
Yeah.
I mean, first half, mate, I think West Brom deserved the lead.
I think they deserved the game.
Yeah, no, they started off well, I thought. They had chances. When you got someone like Charlie Austin up front, and I forgot they even had Gareth Barry, and he's like...
Who scored the goal?
It was, I can't think of his name now. Anderson, was it? No. I can't think of his name, but it was a great finish.
I missed the bloody. I was queuing up when they scored. I heard a cheer and I thought that sounds like a away fans.
It was a great finish, to be fair. And Slaven Bilic set them up. I mean, I think they made 9 changes. Right?
They did.
They probably wanted to go out the cup, if anything. But
it was like a continuation of the performance against Leicester, really. But it was like against the Championship side, like just that. No real sense of urgency. At least with the Leicester game, we had a spell. We never really, until the end, we had that little.
I'll be honest. I think, especially second half, I thought we played a lot better. But I think it was the 78th minute when we had our first shot on target.
Yeah, that's after I had a man sent off.
Yeah, and I don't know, mate. I mean, we spoke to people inside the stadium today, outside the stadium. It's not good over here at the moment. You know, they're not backing Moyes in the window. I mean, can you really blame Moyes?
No.
Can you really blame him?
I didn't want him, but I mean, the geezer's inherited a miss.
I'll get a lot of stick sometimes on Twitter that, I'm a Moyes, I'm Moyes this, Moyes that. Moyes wasn't my first choice, but of course I'm going to back him when he comes here. There's no point sitting here slagging him off every week, 'cause it's not going to change.
Yeah.
So let's try to get behind him at least. But I don't know, mate. They're not backing him, are they, the ball in the window?
And this is the thing I said, look, as much as I don't want him, if you're going to get this guy in, you're going to say he's the bloke, then back him. You have to give him the tools he needs because this isn't his squad. He's come into this, so they had a chance to say, right, who do you need? Who do you think is going to fit how you want to play in your ideals and help us get out of this?
I mean, Balbuena, he got dragged off at half time. He's lucky he didn't get dragged off after 25 minutes because for someone who's meant to be the sort of a ball-playing defender, the amount of times that he give that ball away. But Creswell was doing it. Zabaleta was doing it. Diop was doing it.
See, the thing is, with Balbuena, I remember when we first signed him, his passing was quite poor, and he ended up improving at it. But it's like he went back to that Balbuena when we first started him, and he's misplaced passes.
I honestly can't get my head around some of these players. They're meant to be professional football players, and they can't even string a 10-yard pass. Haller once again. I mean, this was a big chance for not only a Jetty, but Haller today to show, like,
I need someone to play with me.
Yeah, put me up there with someone and I'll show you what I can do.
I thought the thing is, with a Jetty, right, when I look at him, I can see that there's a decent player in there. Like, he's got something about him, but with the way the whole squad is.
I had the Jetty fan club sitting behind me.
Did you?
God, they wouldn't stop singing his name. Jetty, Jetty, Jetty.
They must have been from his country, and was it Switzerland? Is it from?
Yeah.
I always forget, but there's definitely a decent player in there, and I think if he gets some time, play him, or maybe go on loan next season down to the Championship, I think he could come
We
good.
will be in the Championship.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We might as well have him.
That's a good point. That could be where he really.
We're
finds
loaning
his-
to a Premiership team instead.
He might be our new Vaz.
I am sorry, mate. I am sorry, right? We sit here laughing and joking about it. I know it's funny and all of that sort of thing, right? And I've seen much worse at West
don't
Ham.
laugh, you cry.
This is the fucking lowest I've ever felt as a West Ham fan, because I just feel like we're having our pants pulled down left, right, and centre. Like, I look at that team today, right? And it's not just the ball. The ball, there are a fucking big part to blame for it, and I can tell why. But there are some players in there, and there are some players that have been with us for fucking donkey's years that don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. They want to go down. They want to go down so they can leave.
I mean,
because I think the club is in such a fucking mess and such a state, right? And we've all seen it today about these fucking. You know, we've seen it in the last couple of days about these contracts and all that 50% off of their fucking wages and all of that sort of bollocks. So half them ain't gonna be around to get 50% off their fucking wages. Half of them won't be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I said to someone a minute ago off camera that when you look at teams down the bottom, you got Aston Villa, they've got Jack Grealish. You look at Watford, they've got Troy Deeney. You look at Norwich, they've got a goal scorer in Pukki. I look around their teams and I think, you know, they've at least got one or two players that will drag them through games.
Yeah.
I can't see this here. I can't see us, the players. I mean, Antonio, we can't keep relying on him because, you know, he's going to come back. He's going to be. You might as well call him Tampon, in for 1 week out for free. That's what you might as well call him.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's getting. And this is when I go back to David Moyes. He's lost Fabianski, he's lost Anderson, he's lost Yarmolenko. So he's not going to get backed. It don't look like. We might get. I reckon it looks like we're going to get that French player in next week. I don't know who he is. I ain't got a clue. Can't even tell you his name.
But this is the
All
thing.
I know is he's a young French kid.
But why does it always get left to the last fucking minute, Ryan? Why does it always
I
get
don't
left
know, mate.
to
But
the
when
very,
you look
very
at it,
last
yeah.
minute? Like, think about this. Think about all the fixtures that are passed from the 1st of January to now. And then think about what got coming
But if
up.
you look at the Premier League as a whole, mate, there's no one's really been buying or anything. It's been so
Yeah,
quiet, and
but
that's what makes me
the
think.
thing is, mate, I don't care about the other clubs.
No,
we
I know
need
that, but
to
I'm just
buy.
saying. I'm just saying.
Look at the thinness of that squad. Look how desperately thin it is, and not just like thin of numbers, but thin of any sort of quality. Like, see, one of the players I've really got the arsehole with is Cresswell. Cresswell has been with us for a long time. That geezer's lost his heart. He's lost his arsehole.
And earlier on in the season, he looked good. He was coming back. He was scoring free kicks, getting his mate. When he came back into the side, he looked good. But I think there's just a bigger story there behind the scenes with morale or whatever. Just I can't blame anyone.
No, he's not
if
a
they
trier.
want to leave.
He's not a trier. I've never
I
had
just
him
think
as a trier.
they're too pampered these days, and they don't care. They know that if we go down, they're going to get a move somewhere else, and they're going to go. Most of them will probably go back into the Premier League, probably with newly promoted teams, or because I can see if us go down and West Brom go up, we get raided for our players by Pillage. I mean, Dear Garner's staying there for the rest of the season. We've got Nathan Holland out on loan, Josh Cullen out on loan, Coventry out on loan. You know, we've got so many good youngsters out on
How can you
loan.
have someone like Cullen? God's honest truth, how can you have someone like Cullen? Joe Powell's just been sold. How can you have someone like Cullen? I don't give a fuck how ready they think they are. He has got to be better than Sanchez. He's got to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've
Easily.
seen Cullen have a good game against Juventus.
What makes it worse? is
Imagine how much
Sanchez,
better he would've got
Sanchez
if
is
he
on
was-
probably about, what's he on, about 80 grand a week?
Yeah,
isn't he?
easy.
And that's a fucking, and you look at someone like Declan Rice only on 40.
It's an insult, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's an insult.
Anyway, big call for David Moyes at half time, you know, bringing on 3 subs. It's always a risk making 3 subs at half time because if someone goes down in the first 5-10 minutes, you're playing the whole second half for 10
Wasn't
men.
there like in the FA Cup? Didn't they bring a thing in where you can make an extra sub, or was that another competition?
Extra time.
Extra
Extra
time,
time.
yeah, not in.
See,
normal
part of me
time.
was wondering: is that completely tactical, or is he thinking I need to rotate the squad because
that
we're gonna
made me
play,
think
or-
that he wanted to go for it by bringing Antonio, Noble, and he had to bring Ogbonna on for Balbuena because Balbuena was dog shit. But to bring, because the thing is with Noble, I noticed in the second half he wanted to get that ball down and play football. He wanted to do that, but once again, there's no
movement.
Lanzini today was once again, and this was another game for Lanzini to sort of get back into a bit of form. You know, get yourself a goal, get yourself an assist, something.
He nearly did score in. I think it was the first half where he had that brilliant moment. He had that great shot. And
but
it just went wide.
it's the giving the ball away. It's like when he played Zabaleta down the line. I mean, I had people behind me screaming at Zabaleta. That wasn't Zabaleta's fault. That was Lanzini's fault. He should have played it in front of Zabaleta, not putting it out
We
wide.
can't pass the ball well.
We panic. There's no
pass the
confidence
ball.
in the team.
We can't pass the ball. We go side to side, side to side. We've got no invention. The players, right, you'll see them. They stand behind other players. There's no desire to get in front of your man. There's no desire to get beyond your man. There's no desire to play. There's no desire to get fucking up the line. There's no desire to get it to the byline. There's no desire to do anything.
But players are hiding.
I'll tell you, them players need to be ashamed of themselves. Because I'm telling you now, right, I know that they're top of the championship and all of that, but if they had anything about them, they'd have beat us more than 1-0, West Brom. They was a good, strong physical team, but they lacked finishing
They had their
prowess.
chances, though. Charlie
really
Austin
good.
They had their
header.
chances, but all you had to do is want it more today, and they didn't want it. And I'll tell you something now. It's not the first time I've seen it this season. It's not even like it's a cup competition problem, because I see it Wednesday at Leicester and I see it today. They don't want to play. Might as well pack it up now. Just put us bottom of the league. We don't want to play football. We don't want to fight for the shirt. We don't want to fight for our place in the Premier League.
But where does that come from? Why?
Fight for a place. It comes from the whole fucking club, the fucking top, all the way down. I'm sorry, but it does.
It's the mentality of the club.
Yeah, the club's rotten, top to bottom.
It's been rotten for a long, long time.
Yeah,
right?
but it's once them players get on that pitch, mate, they're professional football players. They need to play. Not only, I know you people say, oh, you got to play for fans and that. Oh, yeah, they do. But you got to play for yourself. You got to play for pride. They don't want to be losers, do they? If they're walking on that pitch, as I said the other day, I done a radio interview and I said these players are the luckiest players in the world for us, in our eyes, as fans for West Ham and young West Ham fans. They're their heroes. They're selective few that put on our badge, our colours, to represent us. And as I said, if you was going to war
that don't mean nothing.
and you go on a battlefield with them, you look round, none of them trust each other.
No.
You know, so you wouldn't feel comfortable. So
it means nothing to them, though. It's a job.
Yeah, I know that.
It's
I know
a job.
I know it's a job.
It's a job to them,
this
and
is
they've all
why
come,
you've got to build
and
it.
they've all become very, very disillusioned with what's going on now.
Yeah.
The club is in a fucking, it's in disarray. It's in the sham, and the people at the top. And I know we're going to keep going back to the ball. I got some couple of people in the comments last week getting annoyed with me talking about the ball and all that, right? But the thing is, what do you want me to do? Ignore it?
No, listen.
I can't ignore it
no
because
way,
it's what's going on.
Listen,
like you get to
there's
the
no
point
way you can avoid it.
in January
goes down to them.
when they have a chance to change it, and if they had anything about them, they would change it, and they haven't changed it. All they've done is sack the manager. They sacked the manager and brought in a worse manager with the same load of shit.
They might as well have just left Pellegrini in charge.
Might as well.
They might have just left Pellegrini in charge and said, right, look, we're not going to back you or we're not going to back another manager, so get on with it and see how we go.
The thing is, I said before, the way the club is, the one man that you could have brought in that would have guaranteed us staying up is Big Sam. Big Sam can make something happen to the point where we could scrape it, but David Moyes ain't
Yeah,
that
but the
guy.
problem you got with Big Sam, Dan, is that people didn't want him when he was here.
Yeah, but
and
people
I
didn't want
thought
Moyes when he was here.
when we come up under him, I mean, people say we didn't play that good football. I remember that season when we had Saka and Valencia up front, and he made Downing as a top of that diamond.
Yeah.
He was playing some good football.
That was some
He
of the
had
best
Amor
football I've
Fatanos,
seen, in a long
players
time.
like Zarate. You know, we had a good set of players, and people were moaning about him then.
The thing is, I'm not romanticising Big Sam. What I'm saying is, like, if we was going to go
wanna
down
grind
this
it,
route,
yeah.
then go for someone who guarantees it. But the thing is,
And then what are they
people
going to do? Get rid of him in the summer?
Well, give him the 18-month contract. Give him the thing. I know people don't like him, but look, the situation
I
now.
honestly think some people who didn't want him at the time would fucking eat their words
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, but
they'd take him.
I think some people that didn't want Bilic at the time are eating their words now.
Yeah. I had this out last year with people who were saying there's a lot of West Ham fans that say Bilic is a terrible manager. They said he's a terrible manager.
He's not a terrible manager. He's not a terrible manager. It's no fucking coincidence, right, that him, Sam, Moyes, well, no, not so much Moyes, but Pellegrini, right?
Yeah.
They get in and it goes to shit. It's no coincidence. It's one reason and one reason only.
I'll tell you what I see today before the game, just after the players come out, finish warming up and going back in to get ready for the game. Julian Dix was walking off down the tunnel, and Ogbonna, Antonio, and I think it was Creswell, it might have been, all run over to him, got him in a group hug, and that just shows how respected they were when he was here, Julian Dix.
Yeah.
You know,
Too much
and
shit.
they treated him like shit. And sometimes, you know,
The thing is, I want to say on the whole players thing, right? Because I know like people are getting annoyed with you talking about the board, or I was talking about the board, and it's the players.
I think people
right?
mostly got annoyed with us not actually talking about the game.
Yeah, but
What was it to talk about?
Yeah, shit.
2 free kicks.
But the thing is with the players, right? Is it's to just say, oh, what we're unlucky because we signed players that aren't interested, or we're unlucky because we signed players that turned out to be shit. That's not how it works. Why is it so many players we sign, right? You can point to currently Allaire are good before we sign them. They come to us, they're shit, and then we sell them, and then
We
they
don't
good.
play to their strengths.
Exactly. We just sign players. There's no.
And
there's
then that
no
don't come
idea.
down to Sullivan and Gold. That comes down to the manager.
No, but look at it. Look at the whole with the
Which
manager
Pellegrini
situation.
played him up top on his own. He had Hernandez here to play up top with him.
Yeah, but this.
But he wanted him sold.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's not like it's just been a Pellegrini thing. We've always done it. We've just signed these players that come in, you know, and they look at Zaza. Zaza, right? We signed him. He looked like one of the worst signings we ever signed. We sold him, and he was scoring for fun. Like, there's no coincidence. There's the way that we are set up behind the scenes with the scouting and all of this
The
stuff.
club's
It's a shambles.
the club's shit.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah.
The whole fucking thing is shit. There's no other word. I can't even sit here and describe it. It's a shithole. The ground's a shithole. The training ground's a shithole. The people that run the club are shit. The people that play for the club are shit. It's just shit.
Yeah, well, there's
It's
no
shit.
ways about it.
Have a peanut. Go on.
Thank you.
Have a peanut.
No, it is, and it's do you know what?
No, I know what you mean,
I've sat there this week, right, and you know when you're sitting there, I think I'm going to have one of them falling down moments, so honestly, because I've got my fucking eye all flared up and all that. I can't see fuck all, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself,
We've got
like,
problems with the audio.
Do you know what the problem is, right? The fucking problem is, and I'm getting really fucking annoyed about it, right? Is that you sit there, and I'm so frustrated because you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing. You're
All
sitting
we-
there,
we-
and
all
I'm
we
sitting there
do-
stewing around, and I'm fucking
Yeah.
sitting there fucking writing tweets and I can't do nothing.
All we can do as fans is turn up week in, week out and back the team, and we do that. But there's nothing we can physically do to
I'll tell you-
affect the team,
I'll tell you
like signing players or. But the way it's going, it's just getting more and more toxic over here. I mean, you see a few incidents in the crowd today. It's getting more frustrating.
I
and
hope they burn
frustrating.
it down. I hope people get over there and fucking burn the place down. I really do.
We were speaking after we finished recording the post-match drive. We were speaking that if we go down, say we officially gone
Riot,
down
yeah.
before the last game. Imagine.
There will be a fucking riot.
People
There
will
will be
burn
a
it down.
riot. Them two fucking scoundrels that own our club will not get out of that fucking place unharmed.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing to say because it's horrible to say that about anybody, and I would never wish that upon anyone. But they're doing it to themselves.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they had any fucking sense, stay away.
Yeah.
Stay at home. No one wants you here. You know what I mean? Not welcome here anymore. I mean, you haven't been welcome here for a fucking long, long time. You've told everyone down the river. You've told people lies. Fuck off. Stay at home. Find a buyer for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
Sacrifice your fucking 25, 30,
Do you think-
40 million that you
Do you think that
fucking...
they're trying to get us relegated so they can sell the club? Because there might be that clause in their thing that they can't sell us we're a Premier League
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
But in a Championship
probably.
team, we are.
One of our subscribers was speaking to me before the game, and he was saying, "Well, look at it this way as well. If we go down, we spoke about the 1 million. Our rent goes down to just over $1 million in it a year. So imagine the ground; they're losing money already. The LLDC on this stadium. Imagine if we have to pay them less rent. They're going to have to be to the point where we're going to say we can't keep this stadium. So imagine they give the stadium to the club, then they can sell it because
would
we know
take it
people
on?
are buying.
Who would take this shit on?
No, but people are buying championship clubs.
Why would you take this round on right now? Why would you take it on and take it off these fucking idiots that own the grounds unless you have full ownership of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you have full ownership of the ground, the rent, where it's thingy and all that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take the lease off of them. You wouldn't take you wouldn't just say, oh yeah, you don't pay any more rent, because who would take it on? Because then You go, you have to police it, steward it, and all that. Mate, these fucking mugs over here pay for all of that.
Yeah.
They pay for it all.
Exactly.
So why would you take it? Why would you take that on? Why would you take it on?
No, but that's what I'm
Unless
saying.
they give you full, like they hand you the fucking
Exactly.
deeds.
Well, that's what they're
No,
going
that's
to. If we
probably
go down,
what Dan's trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
that we just get given the stadium.
yeah, because
that's
they're going to
probably
get
what they
less
want.
money out of us. So that's a million. That's a million less
a million
a year.
quid.
They're
A
going to
million
get.
quid ain't going to mean a lot to them.
What,
It
so
don't
it's-
matter.
No,
Yeah.
but think about it. They're already hemorrhaging what? They're making like losses of nearly 20 million a year.
Yeah,
So you
so
add
what-
on to that.
Yeah,
I know
but-
a million in the grand scheme of things, but that's more money. A million ain't nothing to sniff at. It's going to get to the point where it's completely untenable for them to have this stadium.
It's untenable anyway.
No, but yeah, it's the way it is. But I mean, look, people say, look, do they want us? I don't know whether they want us to go down or not. But the way they're running this club, they're acting like they want us to go down because, like you said, they could have addressed this situation before a long time ago. You sacked our director of football like just before
2
a transfer
days,
window,
3
2
days
days,
before.
yeah, with no replacement lined up, and then you go back to using agents. It's bullshit. So they're acting like they
Agents.
want us to go. Exactly, agents. So now we're linked with. I keep seeing all these players that we're linked with and that, and you're thinking like, look, at this point, it gets to the point where we'll
I'll
take
be honest,
anyone.
Dan. I think half the names they're making up.
Yeah.
Because I see some of these names and I have to Google them straight away because I've never even heard of them. I mean, this player that we're linked with now, who's meant to be coming in on loan, the under 23 striker. What's he? Let's be honest.
He's got about 10 goals in his whole career.
Yeah, and
It's point.
but then this is what I go back to when we're linked with players like Giroud. People turn their noses up at people like Giroud, but he's a goal scorer. I don't care if he's 32 or whatever, or 33. He still scores goals in the Premier
look
League.
at this. Look at
and that's what we need.
No,
We've
no.
only got 15 games to
But
go.
with the way we're set up, right?
You
is
can
Giroud-
offer Giroud a 6-month contract.
But is he going to come to us, right? You know how we've been. Say we look at Allo and he was shit up before we signed him. Is Giroud going to come to us and we're not going to have the tools to even supply him? He's going to come because you know Giroud isn't someone who's going to pick the ball up from deep and run.
But
with
this
it.
is
We ain't got
the
the
frustrating thing. We have got the tools, but the tools ain't working. They're rubbish tools.
We need more pace in the side.
Anderson, Yarmolenko, Lanzini, Fornals. When they're fit and they're on form, they can create chances.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're not fit, and the ones that are fit ain't doing fuck all. So I don't know. I don't even know where we go. I mean, I personally think that the Randolph signing was. You might as well say that's a free transfer because
Yeah.
Birmingham owed us money, innit?
Yeah,
Was
I'm
it
hearing
Birmingham?
they,
Who did he go to?
Middlesbrough. I think
Yeah.
they owed us the 4 million.
Yeah,
which
so
is
we've
what
got
the
him
transfer-
back for nothing.
Yeah.
He is probably a replacement for Fabianski if we go down because Fabianski, there's going to be so many teams after him.
Listen,
He's not saying.
I watched a video on Amos Chat the other day with Gonzo, right? You'd have thought he'd discovered fire the way he was talking. You know what I mean? Like, they're preparing to. Of course, they're preparing to go down. You've got to be a fucking moron if you never fucking realised that before. Honestly, God's honest truth. How can you not? How can you not know that they're preparing to go down? Look at what's going on in this club. Look at the clauses. You'd have thought we'd discovered the fucking will.
Yeah.
The way he was talking. Of course, they're preparing to go down. They always prepare to fucking go down. You have to look at
Every
everything
team
on
prepare.
the fucking. You have to look at the worst scenario. Every team
Not
was
the top
prepared to go
6
down.
teams, but like
Oh no.
the Villas, the
Yeah.
Norwich and Newcastle
It just,
and all teams like that.
it just makes me sad that so many people can't see it. If he's only just realised that we're preparing to go down, then he's been hanging around with Sean the fucking
two
Sean
stones sitting here.
He's been hanging around with Sean the Prawn and fucking you Southern too much.
Yeah.
Talking to them too much. If he don't know, you know what I mean? Because he's just been fed bollocks. You'd have thought, honestly, you'd have thought he discovered the
look at this.
fucking will.
With that 50% clause, yeah, of course they're prepared to go down. Just by putting that is such a fucking stupid. Obviously, you think if you go down, it's good to have because then everyone's got to take a wage reduction. But then, how are you going to sign players
The thing
when
is,
you're in the shit
right,
and say you're going to have to take?
You can add that clause. You can add that clause when you're trying to sign people in January before the season started. You can turn around and go, listen, we're going to have to put. We're not going to be nowhere near the relegation zone.
Yeah, apparently
but
all
we're
the
gonna have
players
to-
are on it. But people like Anderson and things like that probably sign it thinking we ain't going to get relegated.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
So you know, when you're going in the summer saying, look,
But then
You know.
don't you think this is what makes me laugh is that if us three went to work on Monday and we weren't performing, we knew we was going to lose our job. Don't you, it's the same for them. They're losing 50% of their fucking wages.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying.
here. People like
Yeah, but they can be. Huh?
Cresswell, Antonio to an extent. Like, I'm not saying Antonio don't try hard. Diop,
Yeah.
Fabianski.
Well, we discussed, didn't we, in the car, all the players that would be leaving if we went down. We went
all of them players,
Fabianski.
right? They won't lose 50% of their wages because they won't fucking be here.
Yeah.
Because they're assets to the club and they want to sell them to get money back.
Yeah,
They know for a fact that they'll be out the door. Wilshere. Who the fuck is Wilshere? Where is he? In a tumble dryer somewhere, spinning around.
Yeah. I thought he was.
Yeah, I
supposed
mean
to
the club knew what they were signing with Jack Wilshere. There's no doubt in his talent when he's fit.
It
but
was
he's
a
never
gamble,
fit.
but
So
why did they give him? Was it 3-year contract?
£100,000 a week?
£100,000 a week for
They
3
should
years.
give him. They should have offered him a pay-as-you-play, or they should have said, "Look, there's a clause in your contract. If you're injured for a certain amount of time,
We can
then
cancel it.
You can not cancel the contract, but you can
Don't get paid.
half your wages,
Or at least
something
give
like
him
that.
a fucking 18-month contract, and not a 3-year deal. Like it's
But
mad.
this is West Ham, isn't it? We always do things the fucking wrong way.
Because they like to get him for cheap, right? He
You
was
know
free. He was free. Take him, yeah, he's free.
You
Why
know,
not?
some people, like, because other fans watch this channel and they must look at us and think, why are they moaning? Why are they moaning? They've got a big 60,000 seats, blah, blah, blah. But until so I used to look at Man United fans and I think, why the fuck are them fans moaning? Like, they're winning titles under Glazers, they're winning FA Cup still, Europa Leagues, and I'm thinking to myself, why are they moaning? But it's not until it happens to your own club and you realise that the West Ham we supported growing up has been ripped out.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's the thing.
Fucking
The
put
thing
it
is,
this way.
if I felt like they was trying to do something here, like I could see that there was a plan, and at the moment it weren't paying off. But look, they've got ambition, they've got a vision. I wouldn't be so pissed.
The
But
thing is, under Avram Grant, we used to turn up at the bowling and we were shit. But we knew that at least they're going to try.
yeah,
Even though they were shit, we knew they was going to try. You had Scott Parker there, you had Colton Cole, you had Denver Barlow who could score goals. You know, but
We
when I
went
look
down
at-
to the last day.
Yeah, went down
I
to
can't
the
see
last-
this going down to the last day.
Yeah, but look at that starting 11 against Wigan when we lost and got relegated. I bet about 4 or 5 of them would probably get in this team now.
Oh.
And we said at the beginning of the season, this is the best squad we've ever had. This is the best team we've ever had. This is the best manager
But
we've ever had.
this is the thing, right? I think this is
You
the
might
best.
as well delete that season review we've done because I ain't watching that back again.
and the predict. I imagine.
Yeah,
when we
we're
got
finished
to-
8th. Well, yeah, we're -8 in the bottom.
Jeez, I mean,
But I'll be honest with you, right? It is the best team we've ever had. But the thing is, by the time we've done that, they started selling people again.
Yeah.
You can't predict it. You can't predict it, and you can't know what's going to go on.
Yeah.
If you sell 4 strikers and sign 1 plus a kid,
yeah.
you're asking for trouble. That's number 1.
But then does that also come, I mean, I know it's easy to say that it's Sullivan and Cole, but does that also come down to Pellegrini? Because Pellegrini might have just thought, no, I'm going to play a different system this year. I'm going to play 1 up top with 2 off of him, being Lanzini and Anderson,
Thing is,
or
mate,
Yarmolenko, or...
It can be whatever you want, right? It can be down to the manager, down to the ball. But at the end of the day, if your fucking manager comes to you and said, I want to sell all 4 strikers to sign 1, you say, it's don't be silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on now. Right, at least
Yeah.
keep 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of injuries and all that. So I don't believe it is him.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why he performed so poorly.
Exactly. And
Because
look
I
at
think
this.
he was getting he was telling them what they needed to do to succeed, and as I said before,
Yeah.
they weren't fucking doing it.
No.
They
And-
weren't interested in doing it.
And look at the facts of when we did get rid of them players, right? Sean, who we know is Clayton Hugh, who's got links with the board and that, come out and was bragging about how we cleared so much money off the wage bill, right?
Yeah.
So
But
you tell
you
they were
shouldn't
pushing
brag about
But
things
it was
like that.
bragging about that. And then, what is it, a week or 2 ago? Our wage bill is higher than it was last season. It's gone up. So it's like, wait a minute. So 1 minute, the club, so you can see they're feeling good about it. Like, we've done good business and they'll be happy with that. Look how much money we cleared off. And then when they realise it's all gone to shit, tell them it's fucking, the wage bill's gone up. Tell them it's gone up so they feel like we've tried.
Let's
Like-
summarise it. Let's start wrapping up now because honestly, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with being mugged off. I'm fed up with this
But then
fucking rotten football club. I love my
positives.
football club. I love them.
Positives. We've got Liverpool next.
Liverpool, man. I don't
You
see.
know what, right? Liverpool, Brighton, Man City away, Liverpool away. Them, not so much the Brighton game. We have to get 3 points against Brighton, no doubt about it. Anything against in the other 3
Can't
games
see it,
is a
right?
bonus, which I don't think we are going to get anything. But that could really affect our goal difference them games, because we know that when we play Liverpool and we play City, they always stick usually 3 or 4 or 5.
And you've seen, I think it's going to be so tight where goal difference could be a factor, you know.
Your goal difference is like an extra point.
Yeah.
Go out, lose way if you have to, but fucking graft your bollocks off.
Yeah, I mean,
graft your
I'm
fucking
worried
little
about
arse off.
Wednesday night, I'm honest, because I look at that Liverpool team, best team in Europe, best team in the world, smashing the Premier League at the moment.
Drew once all season.
Look how we fell apart
I
against
think,
Leicester.
what was it? They've taken 94 points out of 96.
Yeah, drawn once all season against Man United.
It's fucking unreal. I've never seen a team like it.
What, they got 94 points?
No, I'm saying in.
It
That's what
carries
they've
on
taken,
from
it's carried on from last season.
yeah.
They've got 94 fucking points. But if they win every game, they finish on 112 points, which would smash all records. But I look at their players, and even if they could rest Mane, Salah, Firmino, and they could still fucking bring on.
Look away, their
players.
under-23s turned over Everton's first team.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're a lot worse than Everton's first team, so they could just play their kids.
I'm worried that Wednesday night they could turn up here, and if we go 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes,
Mate.
game over. We're fucked, because if we try to attack them, they're just going to punish us, and it's worrying. But you know, the Brighton game is the one you got.
It's a cup final, mate.
You look
It's
at
got to be a cup final.
the games we've got left. You look at the teams we've got left to play, especially here. But I say here, we've taken more points away from home than we have at home. So maybe playing away is where we're going to pick up our points. But I look at the rest of the fixtures and I can't see. We've got 15 games to go, and I can't see it. We need at least 5 or 6 wins to have any chance of staying up. And I can't see it. I can't see it. What?
Oh yeah, it's gone off.
Yeah, it's dying, mate. It's just like West Ham season.
Yeah, sums it up completely, doesn't it?
2 batteries gone.
Yeah, I can't see
fan
it.
cam's
But
gone to
imagine it could go down to West Ham versus Aston Villa at home, last game of the season.
you get that
Winner
far,
goes
if
down.
I get that fucking
if you
far.
offered that to me now, I'd take it.
Yeah,
Won't get that
I
far.
would. But I'm hoping that when we turn up here to play Villa last game of the season, we're 4 points clear on the final day. Yeah, it's
Right, let's leave it there.
it's a big week next week, because not only for the games, just for trying to get a couple of players in.
I just wonder each week that passes, what we're going to say on this show, because how much else can we
Stop
say?
might
asking
as well
questions.
just
I want
upload-
to stop now.
You might as
I
well
wanna
just
stop talking
upload
about
this one every week until we win.
Yeah.
Is that the Masked Singer? I like that programme.
Leo
thank you
wants
very
to finish because he's got a role waiting for him over there.
Yeah.
I just want
look
to
at
finish because it's 7 o'clock. They're going to close up. Yeah. Thank you so much for the Smoke and Bubbles Club, of course, for hosting us once again. Link in the description down below if you want to get a membership. This bar is unbelievable, believe me. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match part. We'll be back Wednesday with a post-match reaction after fucking the Liverpool game, which
After our 1-0 victory against Liverpool.
you know.
Jesus.
We'll be back. We'll be back up for the Liverpool game, then for the build-up for Manchester City. Brighton.
Yeah.
Them
A
Man
game
City.
which we need to desperately win. Thank you guys for. I was going to say go and catch the fan cams, but most of them have got the shit, just like our season. Go and follow us on all the social medias. There might be something on there you want to read. Check out our t-shirts. There might be something on there you want to wear, and
It's not the FA Cup range.
I can't. Yeah, but especially by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember
next
the
year,
good times.
think
Remember the
that's
good
If they're
times.
not out of date,
Cover your eyes.